person just hasn't graduated. They simply haven't graduated to that level where they're able to receive deep, intimate, and even romantic love. They're simply incapable. They don't understand it. They haven't experienced it. They don't believe it's going to be real. They don't think it's possible, okay? It takes truth. It takes nourishment. It takes feeding of that young heart to blossom and grow and get deeper and understand and feed more until they are capable of levels of love and receiving romantic, intimate love that would blow their mind and your mind. Okay, so love equals note. We've just solved every love note in the history of the universe. You know, with the famous O in the center, a love note. You know, put the two together, of course, it's just love plus love. But what you should do when you put them together to talk about a love note is you swap the letters. Okay, because you've got an O and an E in both words. Well, that means you should interweave, because God does this all the time. He's maximum intimacy. He interweaves things together. So maximum intimacy is always interwovenness. Just ask a couple in bed. They try and get as interwoven as they possibly can. Two hands, interlinking, body parts interlinking, as much as they can possibly interweave of each other. That's intimacy. Well, that's what we're going to do in the famous love note. We're going to put these letters on team blue, and we're going to spell love in team blue. Okay, borrowing half the letters from note. And then we're going to spell note in gold, borrowing half the letters from love. And so we've achieved 54 plus 54, obviously, in love note. Rather, God achieved it for us. We just come along and scoop it up. So team gold equals love, equals note. Team blue equals love, equals note. Maximum intimacy, maximum interwovenness, just like two people's hands holding together and not letting go. There you go. I've just solved every love note to the glory of the Trinity. Okay, so now, a post-it. And folks, I testify that a single post-it note with the right words from an honest man that a woman knows and is in love with, a single post-it note with the right words is worth more than all the monetary gifts you can possibly give a lady. And every lady knows it, and every person knows it, but we need to share these things and share this truth and this wisdom with people so they start their relationships with that wisdom and they just know how to do it. And first of all, it's efficient, and it saves you a lot of time and a lot of money. You just pull out a single post-it note, write I love you on it, stick it somewhere where your wife is going to see it in the morning, and that is worth more than going out and buying something for her, and it's far more efficient. Done. And because words are king, a wife wants words, she wants the truth, the heart has to be blossomed, both people have to be in love, love takes work, it takes giving, it takes truth, it takes knowledge. That's why you got to feast on this stuff. You will not be capable of loving someone in an insanely high level until you feed yourself with the most truth you possibly can. And that's my passion for an entire society. Imagine an entire world that was fed all of this truth that I'm presenting to you right now. How much love they would be capable of showing each other, because now they've been fed the truth about God and this universe and themselves, and they have power over the devil, they have power over fear, they're set free from fear, and they now have capability to hug anyone on the street, and even more importantly, they have the capability to receive a hug from someone. Okay? It's all nourishment. It's all nourishment, and it all comes through truth and feeding on the truth and understanding God and being filled with the Spirit of God. So a post-it note. I gotta preach on this. I'm so passionate about relationships. I'm so passionate about love. I'm so passionate about romance. You can shower your wife with post-it notes. I encourage some man out there, I'll probably do this in my lifetime, if it's God will that I get married. Spend an entire day writing post-it love notes and wallpapering an entire room in your house for your wife with post-it love notes. Why not? You know, I mean, but truth be told, you only have to do, it only takes one. I mean, it's, okay. A small thing is just as good as, okay, post-it. I like sharing everything. I just nuggets for your personal help in relationships. Here's a nugget that I read. You know, no, I'm not gonna. I like what I've said already. That's fine. Okay. So the bookends make 36. Here's love right here. Like, it's pure nines. A post-it. Okay. So, and there's I've used post-its to do to-do lists all the time. And the word to-do, oh my goodness, to-do equals love. A to-do note. A to-do post-it. To-do equals love equals note. And again, you've got the O's hanging around. So post-it is perfectly symmetrical from the inside out. because remember, God invented post-it notes long before he created the people that he ordained to create the post-it company. So pairwise from the inside out, multiples of 3. With the second letter in, second letter back, dividing by 3. So if we smush them together, you get the gold, you get the pure colors there. So wow. So what's not to find in there for love? I mean, it's too easy. Pure 9s, that's to 99. Okay. So a post-it note. Good night for the number 3. And so there's only one thing better than a post-it note, and that's a post-it love note. Because now it means something. There you go. 9 times the 9th prime. Same value as light. Good night. Okay. Okay. And then I like getting other words like sticks divided by 3. You know, the note sticks. You can just build more phrases for the number 3. Glue divides by 3. Okay, that's fine. So post-it. What else with the word post? A post officer. I mean, technically, a post officer could be someone who works at the post office. That divides by 3 because R just adds onto the post office. Oh, it's obvious. Post mail. Too obvious. Too screamingly obvious. I mean, they're screaming, and then I mean, this is chain linked, you know, with 33, but I just 3 plus 1's Pam. It's too obvious. Post mail, post haste. You get the idea. Okay, I'm happy with our harvest on the post office, and then a postman. You can link, trust me, I'm running out of patience here, that's fine. Okay, good. Real estate agent. Oh yeah, this divides by 3. And you can talk about the real estate agent, that divides by 3. Real divides by 3, and then so this will just knit together like that. Can you find love in a real estate agent? I sure hope so. Right now it's looking, sometimes I wonder. Okay. Receptionist, I love this one. Oh my goodness. The voice on the phone. The golden voice that makes you fall in love right away. It's bad, isn't it? You know, how good we sound on the phone, and then you know, everyone sounds like the perfect human over that phone. You know, the golden receptionist voice. You're like, man, I could marry that person. Then you show up, and you know, all the idiosyncrasies quickly come to light. Okay. Receptionist 153. The golden receptionist divides by 3. I gotta preach on words that come out of my mouth. The golden voice. We all know the golden voice. Golden divides by 3. Voice divides by 3. Voice equals love. Golden voice equals 111. That's actually a really obvious jam. Let's turn on the sound effect. The golden voice, 12 times 12, perfectly. There you go. The golden voice. And that's chain linked every step of the way. The golden voice. And now, so now you can see the golden voice of the receptionist. Because they should have a golden voice. Wow, that's really high 3s. Every word divides by 3 there. It's all for love. So now we want to just solve the receptionist. There you go. Good. And you can say the receptionist of the company. Every phrase divides by 3. The receptionist of the school. Every word divides by 3. Okay. Folks, I talked to some receptionists recently at Trinity Western University, and they are good receptionists. Now they know how to love people because they're filled with the Spirit of God. They're Christian. Can we find love in the receptionist? Oh, you better believe it. The receptionist is a master of love. Okay, I have to allow myself an impression here. Okay. Hello, Trinity Western University. How can I help you? I was kind of impersonating a female voice, but kind of ended up doing some of my own voice, so that was kind of weird. But the reason I picked Trinity Western University is because it divides by 3 perfectly. And can I help you divides by 3. Can I help you? Now you have to say it in the right tone of voice. Remember, tone of voice. The tone of voice is love plus love plus love. It means everything. That's why I refuse to do any form of communication other than phone or in person. Can I help you? Well, you surely can in the name of love. You can also help yourself understand this universe. and that God is sovereign, and that you need to know Jesus, and that's how you'll get filled with love, is by confessing the Lordship of Jesus and asking Him to fill you with the Holy Ghost. Okay, can I help you? Help you, and can I divided by 3. Can I help you? This needs to be spoken in the right tone of voice. It really does. Okay? So, receptionist. Let's find love in the receptionist. Well, I see a 36 plus an R. That's love number 1. And then I see a 15 plus a 39. That's love number 2. And the rest is 24 plus another 12. 36. Or actually, it's more than that. It's good night. It's very easy. Okay. Lots of love in a receptionist. Scientist. Don't we love a scientist? Now, if a scientist could also be a receptionist, that would be like the miracle human being. You know, a scientist that is like genius, quirky, fast-paced, whimsical, sporadic, terrible at scheduling, you know, but a receptionist that is like sweet, patient, loving, timely, good at scheduling. Isn't it a good thing we have each other? Okay, so a scientist. This is too obvious. Okay, there's the famous scientist. Don't you all love science, kids? Well, it's the famous S plus 1 in the front, and that is confirmed in both the word science itself and in scientist. And it's very obvious because it follows that with, 3 and 9, 3 times 3. So the S in the front is plus 1, okay? Because then when you talk about the sciences, or you talk about scientists, then you have S front and back. And God really loves science, and that's why He has ordained S to be a king in this world. So you have this, and you can drag out this S. It's called the steam locomotive effect. Steam locomotive. Okay, the sciences. If you really want to entertain your class, that's how you'll say it. Today we are going to be introducing you to the 3 major and the students. By the way, the word students is this exact same phenomenon. And the students think he's going to explode like a time bomb. Okay, so the word students is the same thing. This is all pure 3s in here. Student. And these are like kings for number 3. Like that's 45, and then this is another 39. So this gold fest in here is 84. Okay, so this is how you introduce it to the students. The sciences are very glorious for the Triune God. Done. That's how you say it, and that's how you get laughs out of it. That's how it's satisfying. So, because now the gold train of 3s within, you've got 3 letters that divide by 3, 3 plus 9, and 3 letters that don't, that are all plus 2, that knit together to make 24 perfectly. So there you go. We've solved all science and all the sciences in less than 5 minutes. Actually, less than 5 seconds. And grade 1 children can do the math. And now we're going to solve all scientists. Well, exact same phenomenon. Gold train of 3s, 99 no less. And you got 3 letters that divide by 3 once again. And then you've got ENT, famous word net, and then ST, I say the marriage couple made in heaven, kicking around at the back of the class. So, scientists in the sciences all glorify the Trinity, my fellow students. And if you say it all like that, they will get so high in the Holy Ghost they'll just feel like exploding. Okay, so so this gold train in here is 39. This gold train in here is 99. Good night. They differ by 60 points, perfectly 3s. 3 letters that divide by 3. That's cool. This here was 339. Here was 399. And these are kings for the number 3. ENT. Good night. ST. Good night. By the way, when you do the old, you're doing another famous plus 1 followed by a gold train of 3s. There you go. And if you want to write an I there, it's still going to be a gold train of 3s because I and F both divided by 3. Or, poof, or whatever. There you go. Okay. So the sciences have been solved. The scientists have been solved. The scientists and the sciences have now been solved. And the students of the sciences, who are called scientists, have now been solved to the glory of the Triune God. Okay, So, there you go. We've solved all scientists. Beautiful. Secretaries, just like a receptionist. My goodness, folks, isn't it love that makes the world go round? I mean, when anyone walks into a place and they feel the love of the first person, that's important. That is a huge job. Folks, I have walked into establishments where the receptionist was into her own world. And that is the worst thing you can have for a receptionist. I was like, this person belongs in another job, you know, where they're supposed to be in their own world, like it's kind of focused work. Like maybe she should be making jewelry or something like that, you know, focused in the zone, right? I'm like, I walked into this place, I was like, this girl is in her own world. I'm like, a receptionist is supposed to be delighted by other people and very loving, okay? And so secretary, not surprising, divides by 3, just like receptionist. Number of letters divided by 3, number of strokes divides by 3, grand total divides by 3. Now, of course, a secretary can be a very expensive, famous writing office. You talk about the Secretary of State. A secretary is someone who works with words. That is king. You know, they write the words. They have to be good with words themselves. Word is king. Words are king. We got that word from the Lord. Word is king, and 3 words divides by 3. Words are king divides by 3, and it's like perfect. Okay, words are king. So a secretary is a recorder of words. They're, you know, the person that records minutes at the meeting. They're the person that greets. They are the first point of contact many times. When a guest comes into a company, the secretary is the first point of contact. The receptionist. That is so important when you are impressing a client who divides by 3, a customer who divides by 3, a person who divides by 3. Made in the image of God. Made in the image of God. You've got to imagine the Queen of England walking into your place. You've got to imagine, better yet, of course, Jesus Christ walking into your place. Okay? The secretary has to greet him. The receptionist has to greet him. By the way, be very careful about how you greet someone. They could be God's next chosen king, and they'll remember how you treated them, okay? So, the secretary. I really want to beat this one up. I really want to push this one high. Because there's not enough love in the world. There's not enough people that have been told the truth about their job, and have been told the truth about who they are, and have been told the truth about the importance of love before God Almighty. I want this video to get forwarded to every single secretary and receptionist on the planet, because they are the love people of the world. They show love. They have to speak with a voice that is love. Love equals voice, composed of 27 plus 27. A secretary can be so beautiful. Come on. Like, I'm thinking of the front line, typically a female that's very good at being loving to people, first contact, wonderful first impression. But then, of course, there are political offices of secretaries, male and female, heads of state, recorders, people that write words, people that craft speeches. You know, the president's secretary, my goodness, it's a big word. This is not a small word, secretary. Okay, so let's find love in secretary. You know, we've been waiting for this. Can you find love in a secretary? I hope you can. I hope I can find love in a secretary when I go to an institution, when I go to a church, when I go to a building, when I go to a company, when I talk to a politician. I hope there's love inside their heart by Jesus Christ. A secretary. Don't you love the word secretary? It's very beautiful. Okay, so it's just fun to say. No wonder I'm hanging around for so long. Secretary. Secretary. We got to find 2 loves in secretary. Look at the beauty. Okay, look at the beauty. You're going to be inspired. Seriously, you're going to be inspired to become a secretary. Like I think women, it's like aren't people sick of glorifying jobs? I'm like, why don't you just pick a job that is love? Like, be a secretary and be the most love-filled, love-oozing secretary on the planet and just enjoy it. Like, I just think there's too much like, oh, everyone feels like they have to say something impressive about what they're going to be with it when they grow up. Something that requires like years of education. Like, oh, I'm working and studying real hard to become a lawyer, you know? It's like, I'd like to hear a woman say, I just dream of being a secretary. Like, seriously, like, I want to hear a young girl, you know, or something like that say, I just want to be a secretary. Like, I just want to be the coolest, sweetest secretary on the planet, you know? And I'll just be like, go for it. Like, love, 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 love. I want to see people get love focused rather than money focused or, you know, all this. Anyways, so, secretary. So let's find love in secretary. 9 letters divides by 3, 24 strokes divides by 3, grand total divides by 3. And of course, okay, secretaries can be male and female alike, but, you know, come on, people. Just do what you feel like doing. Be honest with yourself. Just be who God made you. If you want to be a secretary, be a secretary. And just be full of love. It's that simple. If you want to be a secretary, be a secretary. And don't let anyone downplay you. Don't let anyone upplay you. Don't let anyone tell you anything other than secretary is awesome. So let's find the 2 loves in secretary. Well, the easiest way is to pull off 6 points, because then we got 108 left. So the only way that we can do that is by pulling off an E and an A. Okay, so let's pull off this E and A. So now we're left with 108, 2 loves. So can we find the 2 loves? Let's see. This is going to be challenging because we've got a lot of high value letters here. Very challenging. We might only be able to find 1 love. Let's see. Come on, secretary. Don't let me down. It's looking dismal to find 2 distinct loves. It is a tight squeeze. Like, there's a small number of letters here for the 108 total that we're staring at. Like, a really small. Like, we're only left with 7 letters. That's pretty dismal to accomplish. Like, it's easy to pull it into 9s, which glorifies love. Okay, let's give ourselves that much. So definitely we can find love. We can't find the 2 54s, okay, which equal love exactly, but we can find love, like 9s, which is what love is, pure 9s. So the first 3 letters equals 27. That's half a love. Okay. That alone is good enough for me. The first 3 letters of secretary in 6 strokes equals half a love. 3 times 3 times 3. And that's composed of 24 plus 3. I'm already happy. And then that's followed by a double 9. Okay, so triple 9 plus double 9. Then you've got another R, double 9. And then the T and the Y equals 45, a quintuplet of 9. So here's the 3 teams that divide by 9 in secretary. Triple 9, or 4 teams really, because the R. Triple 9, double 9, double 9, quintuplet 9. So how many 9s is that in total? Well, it's obviously the 12 9s to make 108. So there's finding love in secretary. And you can find a 54 in there, I'm sure, easily. Let's just find 1 love in there. 1. And then, by the way, the word secret. The word, I'm gonna share with you the pleasure of the word secretary and why we, you know, it's got these beautiful +1s in there. S is a beautiful +1, probably the most famous. And then the word secret. So this divides by 3. So now you know how to say the word secret. You can go secret. It's a secret. Or you can talk about secrets. So the glory of 3s is within, because these are the 2 letters that divide by 3. And then you've got EET, which equals 30. The S is that famous +1 in front. And then you've got this A, which is 1, and you've got Y, which is the highest +1. So that's why secretary is a very pleasurable word to say. Like almost sensual in a way. Like secretary, you know, you got these beautiful +1s in here. Okay? A is the most obvious +1, it equals 1. Y is the highest. You got the lowest +1 and the highest +1 flanking R, which divides by 3. And then the S, the famous +1 in the front. So if I was to just color all these +1s the same tone to highlight what's going on here. The word say. Okay, a secretary is someone who says a lot of things throughout the day. They have to be a master of word. So look at all the 3s we found. See how patience pays off? We got 9 letters, and now we got 3 teams of 3. We got the 3 letters that divide by 3 in white. We've got 3 letters in gold, which formed the end of the gold train of secret, adding to 30 no less. And then we got the 3 plus 1s in fuchsia that add to 45. That is exceptionally beautiful. So we got 3 teams of 3. Let's write them out. I want to inspire you. It's all about love, and we're proving it mathematically. Say, I am a secretary. You are the agent of love. Like, come on now, work it. Like, you know, there's so many ways that you can show love. Like when you just think of, there are many types of secretary, of course. Let's start with a secretary that is the front face of the company, for example. A greeter as well. By the way, the word greeter divides by 3. We're all a greeter. We greet people daily on the street. Like, you're a greeter, you're a, you know. Anyways, like, there's so many ways that you can show love. By looking your best. That's an act of generosity. You are giving beauty to the world. Looking your best. Talking your best. Being your politest. Showing up early. Giving. Like, love is giving. Okay? Okay, so look at the beauty here. Look at the beauty here. Wow. This is stunning. So 3 letters that divide by 3, adding to 39. 3 letters in gold that are, oh my goodness, this is too good. Patience pays off. And so look at this, class. Look at this, people. These are 3 letters that divide by 3. These are 3 letters that are plus 2. And these are the 3 letters, as I said from the beginning, that are plus 1. Wow. Somebody say wow. Wow. Look at the word secretary for the number 3. It's too obvious. Okay? Okay? These 3 letters divide by 3. These 3 letters are plus 2 over multiple of 3. And these 3 letters are plus 1 over multiple of 3. To the glory of the Triune God, who ordained this to be exactly what it is. The current date and time for historic purposes is right there. There you go. First time in world history that anyone ever saw this in the word secretary. I'm guaranteeing you. I'm guaranteeing you. So we're very conscious of this. So you're never going to look at a secretary the same ever again. Okay? Now, like, wow, that's amazing. Now, and a secretary works with words, and so, like, even at a political level, like the Secretary of State, someone who writes, someone who crafts speeches, you know, the Secretary of the President, Secretary of the Prime Minister. That's very important. You don't make spelling mistakes in that job. Okay? And the reason you don't make spelling mistakes is because your words mathematically are perfect to glorify the Triune God. Now you know why. You took spelling in school, and you've just been careful to spell things correctly your whole life long. So the mathematical glory of God is perfect everywhere we look. As an added bonus, secretary glorifies the number 8 because it divides by the 8th prime, a 6-fold set of the 8th prime. Okay, and then so when you talk about the secretary's skill or giftedness, or the secretary's love, see, even I need to rework my thinking. We need to talk about someone's love and character first before we talk about their abilities. The secretary's love. Okay? We need our definition of, like, love as in how much they give to others, how much they care about others, how much they just look at other people as made in the image of God. Okay? The secretary's love. That's something that you can only feel and pick up in an interview. You can't, you know, that's not, you know. Anyways. So now when you talk about the secretary's giftedness or skill or whatever, now you add another S, which is another 8th prime. So you say it like this. So one secretary is, or secretary like this is 6/8, 6 of the 8th prime. Multiple secretaries, or no, the secretary's possessive is 7/8, 7 of the 8th prime. So this, 6/8 to the glory of G is equals 8. Secretaries, 7/8 to the glory of G is equals 8. And of course that started with S, which is one of those 19 8th primes. So within here is 5/8. Amazing. And you can find the 19s and get more for the number 8. That's level 2. Okay. For example, I see an R and an A, which makes a 19 already. And then blah, 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 okay. And then a T and an R, which makes a double 8. So in the word secretary, I'm jumping to 8s now for the glory of G is equals 8. TR double 8. Okay. That equals the word gold, by the way. TR double 8. AR single 8. The rest 3/8. Then S8. S8, 8th prime. Genius. For the glory of Jesus. So that's level 2, okay? And you'll just, wow, you'll never look at this word the same ever again. And then, just by way of review, we saw a word up here that was that beautiful triple of 3s. It was mechanics. Mechanics. There it is right there. I'm just going to copy and paste this so you can see that it's the exact same as the word secretary. Okay? The same God who ordained all mechanics ordained every secretary. So you got 3 plus 1s. So these are both 9 letters that have 3 teams. Okay? 3 letters that divide by 3, 3 letters that are plus 1, 3 letters that are plus 2. In the word mechanics and the word secretary. Beautiful. All by divine ordinance to the glory of the Triune God. So there you go. We've just solved every single secretary. Wow! And that's a big deal. There's a lot of people working this job as we speak. Okay. And secretary. Anything else we want to comment on that? Yeah. Now, so I'm thinking of a secretary as a point of contact for the company in many ways. We call that the face or the first contact. Face and first both divide by 3. Say the face of the company. The first impression, you know. Both those words divide by 3, starting with C, which is or F, which is double 3. Face, first, and, you know. Anyways, okay, and then right divides by 3, writer divides by 3, word. Okay, that's fine. That's good. So we solve secretary. And then so receptionist plus secretary, 2 obvious ones that divide by 3. I'm just curious if we add those 2 together. A triple of the 24th prime. Wow, that's Pele, the soccer player's full birth name. Genius. That's cool. Okay. I'm happy with that. Okay, that's cool. A shop assistant. Oh my goodness. See how obvious this one is? Shop is plus 1, assistant is plus 2. Hello. Put the 2 together. Wow. It's like screamingly obvious for 3. Genius. Can we find love in a shop assistant? I love solving these humble occupations. You know, like I'm just so tired of people thinking and kids being told that it's like, talk about market overload. Oh, everyone has to be a doctor. Or like, you know, I just like, you know, no, I just want to be a shop assistant. Like, that's where I'm happiest. You should do what we are happy to do. I love being a shop assistant. You know, I got my friends there. Let's find 3 loves in shop assistant. I insist. I insist. DSO, that's love number 1. And there's another ST. There's another ST 15 combo. So here's a love sitting right there. We've already found them. Done. We've already found 3 loves. Done. Yeah, it's already been done. And then whatever is left. Oh no, sorry, because we have to knock off 18 points, which leaves us a little bit. Oh, but that's, you get the idea. Find love in there. 15, 15, 15. Easy. A soldier. Now, this is the same thing. Very obvious. The S is the famous plus 1. We are called soldiers of Christ. Okay? First and foremost, folks, there is no enemy of the flesh. This is a profound truth. Okay? There is no enemy of the flesh. Jesus told us that. Okay? The war is not physical or fleshly. The war is spiritual. It's a truth war. Okay? It's a war for beliefs, which in turn affect people's spiritual condition. That's how you get saved, is by believing the truth, knowing and believing the truth. Okay, so I am a soldier of the truth. I would never, in 1,000 years, be a soldier of militancy, because I don't believe in that. Jesus did not say that was necessary. Okay? Non-violence. By the way, non-violence divides by 3, you know. Non-violence. It just, I don't know, 8 times double, it's like screaming it out, yeah. That's more 8-ville, okay, but it's obvious. Okay, this glorifies the number 3. And we are called soldiers of Christ. Well, S plus 1 front and back, and then the gold train of 3s within. Okay? So, and then can you find love in a soldier? Oh, of course you can. That's the most important thing. Look at how obvious it is. In fact, I'm actually moved deeply by how screaming this is. This is the first time I've seen this, folks, in the word soldier at this level. Look at all the love. Now I'm going to break these multiples of love into the 3 nines just so we see the visualization of the 9s. That is the gold train. So remember, S is plus 1 front and back. You know, so soldiers, okay? But the 3s are within, okay? By the way, the word spirit, as in spiritual soldier, okay, now divides by 3 perfectly. I cannot emphasize enough that the war is spiritual. It is not in the flesh. There is no enemy in the flesh. Every single human being on this planet is a brother or a sister that came from Adam and Eve. We are all one family. There is no war in the flesh. There should be no hatred between brother and sister. The Bible says there is no enemy of the flesh. There are spiritual hosts of wickedness in high places that are capable of possessing and controlling people that don't have Jesus Christ inside of them. If you don't have Jesus Christ inside of you, you are essentially the devil's play toy. He can take over you with anger. He can take over you with addictions. He can take over you with fear. You have no sword in this battle. The word sword is the same thing, okay? I'm giving you a lot of these famous spiritual S's that are followed by gold trains of 3s so that you can understand the sword is the Word of God. The more you speak the Word of God, that is a spiritual weapon, you know? What I really want you to understand is that a true soldier is not someone in the military sense. A true soldier is someone in the spiritual sense. Someone who is laboring for the truth and the gospel of Jesus Christ on this planet. Because the true war is spiritual. What do people believe? You know, have people been saved in Jesus' name by confessing that He is Lord? Okay? So, the battle is spiritual. Okay? I would never in 1,000 years allow any of my sons to become physical wartime soldiers. That is not what God needs us to do. Okay? Non-violence. Jesus told us if someone strikes us on the one cheek, we are to turn to them the other also. God Himself is the protector of His people. Okay? It's a profound, profound thing. So, but you are a spiritual soldier. You have to read about the armor of God, read the whole New Testament, you'll understand it. What it means to be a true spiritual soldier. You will not own a physical weapon in the flesh. Like, you just don't need one. Okay? Listen to Paul. The words, you know, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, he says, but mighty in God for pulling down of strongholds. And it's a war for ideas. It's a war for what people understand about God. It's a war for people's truth, you know, the truth war. Okay? So I just want to preach because there's just an insane level of hatred. We don't even need to start, okay? But anyways, soldier. So, and then spiritual soldier will divide by 3 perfectly because of the U in here. But the word spirit parallels like all this S in front followed by gold trains of 3s, okay? So, and then find love in soldier. It's too obvious. Pure 9s, like the whole thing is pure 9s. I already broke it down. 999, 9, 9, 9. And there's only 2 letters that don't divide by 3, and that's the D, E that knit together 4 plus 5 to make 9. The rest all divide by 3. So you've got a love right here, you know, or pardon me, love is 54, is 6 9s. So we have a total of 7 9s. So you just knock off the I or the DE, which are the singular 9. Okay, so, and so what I would do is the O and the L, the first 2 letters of love, 27, and then the I and the R. And Another 2. Wow. Okay, I just need to preach on this. This is so cool. I love it when God does this. This is everywhere now. I've seen this way too often. That's a miracle. All the letters that divide by 3 individually in soldier are the letters that add to love perfectly. No joke. You can see it for yourself. Grade 1 children can see it. Everyone can see it. Whoa. That is screamingly obvious. I am painting in gold all the letters in soldier that divide by 3 individually. And lo and behold, they are. OL equals 27 equals the first half of love. And IR equals 27 equals the second half of love. So all the letters in gold that divide by 3 in soldier equals love. That is insane. Insane and clinically ordained. There it is. You are staring at the mind of God to glorify himself. And then the D and the E on top of that make another 9. So it's literally love plus 9 composed of the pure 9s that we already broke down right there. Soldier. Done. I've just solved every single soldier in the history of the universe and every single soldier for Jesus Christ in the history of the universe. It's a big deal. In the current date and time for historic purposes, with love in the camera by Divine Ordinance. There it is. Soldier. Solved. Soldier. Solved. Wow. So you are to be a spiritual soldier, not a physical soldier. Okay? Jesus made that very clear. Read the words of Jesus. Okay? 100% non-violence. God himself is capable of protecting. Read the story of Jehoshaphat when an entire army was coming against his nation. And the people did what? They cried out to God. They all prayed. The nation cried out to God. And God himself drove away their enemies supernaturally. They didn't need an army. They didn't need any weapons. They needed nothing. All they did was cry out to God. It's amazing. You will see amazing things happen when you obey God in total 100% nonviolence, and when you just put your trust in him, you will see miracles of protection. You will see miracles where God himself prevents harm supernaturally. Okay. Soldier solved. That's huge. Wow. Okay. A tailor. This is an easy one. Divides by 3. That's a real easy scoop up. First 2 letters. Knit together. TA21. Can you find love in tailor? Oh man, it's obvious. Again. Look. It's the same words as the same letters as soldier. You gotta be kidding me. Look at this. You got the same letters. I can just do a copy and paste, folks. Look at this. Why don't I just copy and paste everything I just did in soldier right underneath the word tailor? Boom. Done. Same letters sitting right in a row. Unbelievable. And the L and the O side by side, you know, once again, just love again, you know, and then I and the R make the end of 27. Just, there it is. Love right on the end of tailor. TE in the front. The tailor. And stick the word the. And now you got love. Oh my goodness, the tailor. Now you got love plus love. Good night. So, the tailor. What more can you ask for? Now all this equals love in front and love in back. Love plus love in front and back. Just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And you can find all the 9s in there. 9 plus 45 in the front if you want. But love plus love. There you go. The tailor solved. That's an easy one. Who else? Oh, this is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite because taxi equals love. And because it's written in capital letters everywhere in this universe with a bright light underneath those letters. In the night. I mean, taxis do their work 24 hours of the day, and you just see these glowing taxi letters everywhere. I mean, think of New York. Millions. Who can estimate the number of taxis on this planet that are driving around with these 4 letters on the top, which equal love by Divine Ordinance? Now you know why. And there's a taxi! They're saying, love! Help me! In the name of love, to the glory of the Trinity, taxi! I need out of here! Love! So, And just like love, there's 2 letters that divide by 3 and 2 letters that knit together. So it's perfect, folks. It's always perfect. You just need to study it. So there you go. Taxi equals love. This is one of my favorites because I see taxis everywhere, and because it's a giant bright sign on the top, the dead center of a cab. And cab divides by 3, being 3 plus 3. I mean, ABC. I mean, could you ask for more from God? It's like, God, show me a sign for the number 3. Well, there's a cab right there. Oh, ABC equals 1, 2, 3. I mean, there it is, a taxi cab. And that fits perfectly, puzzle piece, with the word taxi, because taxi is 54, 6 points less than 60. You need 6 points more. Well, that's cab staring you in the face, taxi cab, 60 bang on the nose. And then what's really insane about that is that all the letters that divide by 3, 3 of them no less, then chum me up in the center. Good night, 24, 9, and 3, going down in value no less. And then you've got the TA, 21, in the front. And you've got the AB, 1 plus 2 equals 3 in the back. Of course, you can interweave this baby by, like, you know, doing a little cross linkage like that. Put the B with the A, get a nice little patterning here, paint it, you know, like a taxi cab. You know, focus the I in the center as being central, you know, paint it in fuchsia, you know, just color this thing like all like rainbow, like taxi cab. There, done, solved. Taxi cab equals family, equals happy, equals blessed. Okay, so taxi equals love. That is one of my favorite because it's just everywhere. It's just a giant sign. It's like, why don't we replace the word taxi with the word... And I'm not joking, folks. Taxi services by Divine Ordinance have numbers that have 3s in them. I'm not joking. You can solve the phone number. Like a good taxi service will have so many 3s in it. Taxis are the agents of the 3. They connect 2 points. But no joke, folks. There is a taxi service that lives in Langley that this is the phone number. And it's the most important part of the taxi. Well, this divides by 3 perfectly. With 6 3s on the end, the 4 plus 5 knit together to make 9, which is 3 times 3, and then the 6 divides by 3. By the way, by Divine Ordinance, when you're here in Canada, when you're here in Langley, where I live, and you dial 604, the area code, that makes a perfect equilateral triangle on the phone. I can do it right now. 604. It's a perfect equilateral triangle. In every number here in Langley, my birthplace, and where I currently reside, my phone number divides by 3, and that was a miracle that God showed me. My phone number is this. I don't care. You can call me. I intentionally asked for a number with 3s, and I got the last one that was available from Wynn that had ended in 3 3s. The whole thing divides by 3. Okay, because, you know, this 3-point section divides by 3. This 4 and 5 knit together. You got 3 4s, that divides by 3. 1 plus 5. Why don't I just paint this? This divides by 3. 3 4s, hello, divides by 3. 6 divides by 3. And, you know, all the digits in my phone number are in the top section of the pad. Of course, you know, a phone pad is 3 by 3, like, you know, 1 2 3 4 5 6 9, and a 3, not with a pound and stars, all 3s. But this taxi cab phone number, so every phone number in Langley, the initial area code is 604. Well, that makes a perfect equilateral triangle on the dial. 6 in the center right, O at the dead center bottom, and then 4 back up to the center left. So 604. Triangles. Triangles. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. And of course, area, you know, 3 digits in area codes for that reason. Okay. But this is the official taxi cab number here. Like, it's pure 3s, you know. And by the way, like, even transit here in Langley, the number that you like text or whatever is like 3 3s. Like the bus service, like BC Transit. It's like, if you're into texting, I think you text 333333 in order to find out the next bus that's arriving at our bus stops. It's that divine. I'm sharing with you personal local gems that God ordained for my encouragement and for the glory of himself in this whole story. And of course, the word bus divides by 3. It's 21, flanked in 21. BS, flanking a 21, good night. Bus, taxi, agents of unity to the glory of the Triune God. Done. And then ride divides by 3. So a taxi ride divides by, and it's screaming out 9. Like ride is 999. Hello. And love is pure 9s. Okay. So a taxi ride or a bus ride divides by 3. Taxi ride is 9 times 9. Like, what more could you ask for? Okay. You know, that's, you know, I need a taxi. Oh, score. Sorry, it's 90. 9 points higher than that. I need a taxi ride. And that's really obvious because, again, the center letters are all the ones that divide by 3, just like in taxi cab. It's amazing. In fact, the painting is the exact same. This T, okay, knits together with this D if you want. You can go D, E, and T, A, of course. But I'm just showing you that it's the exact same phenomenon as taxi cab. A taxi ride is the exact same phenomenon for the number 3 as a taxi cab. Look at that. I've painted the teams that divide by 3. The center letters, bold, underlined, all divide by 3 individually. Taxi cab, taxi ride. Done. Done. By the way, there's a service known as Uber, which glorifies the number 3 because the first letter divides by 3, the second letter divides by 3, and then the 2 letters are plus 2 over a multiple of 3, differing by 3 points exactly. The whole thing is a double of the 9th prime, which glorifies the number 3. Done. Even modern technology is foreordained for the glory of the Trinity. And on and on. And then a taxi service we talk about. Service divides by 3. In fact, it divides by 9, being 9 times 9, just like taxi, just like love. Taxi equals love, so taxi service divides by 9. In fact, it's 9 times 3 times 5. You know, taxi service. And then you talk about the taxi service. Okay? Now you're up to 168. Now you can talk about a hotel taxi service, because hotel divides by 3. Okay? And now you can talk about the valet service, because valet divides by 3. Okay? Valet is 60. Valet service.